Old Guy here, and Tess. And today's novel is The Keepers of the House by Shirley Ann Grau or Gray. I don't know, but it's spelled like bra with a U on the end, so let's go with Grau or Gra. Now, anyways, I love family saga novels. Succeeding generations grow into their roles, the flaws and tragedies of the past, clinging to them while marking the road ahead. At any given page, those flaws and tragedies manifest in either disaster or triumph or both. In The Keepers of the House, it's disaster. At least that's what Shirley Ann Grau wants you to think. I'm not buying it, though. She's making a bigger point than necessary, emphasizing something that didn't need all that much emphasis because, well, we already knew it, even back then. Anyone not familiar with the early 60s civil rights struggle will go either, huh? Or, see, it was like that if they read this book today. But both reactions are wrong because it wasn't like that. I know because I was there, right smack in the middle of all the crap. It was sort of like that, with gasp-inducing extremes at the far spectrums, but in general, not so intense, at least as it moved along. My generation was learning that the content of one's character was more important than the color of one's skin, something the previous generation considered heresy. We boomers, though, bought into it, and it was this transition from one zeitgeist to the next that caused all the mayhem. But transition, it did. Oddly enough, it looks these days like we're going right back to the old crap, which makes no sense to me at all. I guess we're far more clannish than we want to admit. So what's this about? The novel covers the Howland family from 1812 to the middle 1960s, beginning with the first Howland tramping through the woods of Mississippi or Alabama, it's a little hard to tell, on his way back from the Battle of New Orleans and stopping and looking and deciding, I think I'm going to build a house right here. And he does. And a dynasty. All of the succeeding generations are interesting in their way in time, but it's William Howland, appearing around the turn of the 20th century, who dramatically alters Howland fortunes and fates by doing two things: secretly expanding the empire and secretly getting married. It's that marriage which turns everything topsy and turvy. That is, if you take Grau at her word. And I did. Take her at her word, I mean, which is why the ending seems so off to me. It's not like the entire town and county didn't know what was going on. It's not like they weren't already familiar with William's rather advanced ways of looking at things, so really, why get mad? I think the more likely response to the revelations would be a collective shrug and shake of the head and mutterings of, well, that's William, instead of what Grau offers. So the ending doesn't ring true, more pandering to the melodramatic than a natural wrapping up of storylines. But even with that, this is a delightful read. Won the Pulitzer Prize, it did, and kept me interested in each succeeding Howland generation and what they would do in that marvelous Howland house. You root for them. You want their lives to be less tragic than they are, and you want all of them to find love, just as William did, even if it's in an unusual place. So ignore the ending or tamp it down by half and enjoy. Old Guy here. See you later.